Hi everyone, this video is for English 104. We are in Module 12. Hard to believe the semester is just flying by. The end is near. We are approaching the finish line, so hang in there. We have about 3-4 weeks max for the semester. We're in week 12. We really have 3 weeks. 2 of intense work. The third week is really about conferencing and grading and those kinds of things. So we're close. All right, let's take a look at Module 12. I'm going to share my screen. I want to talk about the items for submission this week. The first thing I want to talk about is the task list. Make sure you read these pages in the electronic textbook, Successful College Composition. These pages over in a guide to first year comp. So those are the readings, and of course, both are electronic hot links. You just click on there to read those pages. We have sources this week for you, and it's all about citations and sourcing. So think citation, citation, citation. So our resources are all focused on that using in-text citations. We give you lots of sources to review if you are not familiar, or if you're uncertain or a little insecure about this area. All kinds of areas that you can take a look at and review. My favorite out of all these is the MLA in-text citation cheat sheet. It's a document you can download, and it gives you kind of a down and dirty of how to cite with the parentheticals, otherwise known as in-text citations. But all of these are great, and so review them, get familiar with them, and then the next one is body paragraphs incorporating quotes into papers. And of course, lots. Now remember, everything in green is a link. So lots of sourcing and reading and reviewing. Now, you may not need to go over every single one. You may want to pick and choose and just do some of them. But if you have concerns or questions, or you're uncertain, then be very methodical and start with the first ones and work your way through until you're feeling comfortable. And then feel free to go back and review them or refer to them and kind of look things up as you encounter a problem or a question. So there are 3 items this week. The first 2 I think are fairly straightforward and simple. They're both the first 2 are MLA 8 videos. I apologize, it's not displaying. It's because I'm in student mode. So that will be displaying by the time you want to see it. But we've been doing H5Ps, these interactive videos throughout the semester. So this is nothing new to you. And so you have 2 of them. One is on just MLA 8 in general. These are things like works cited page and when to source and those kinds of things. The second one is specific, and it kind of focuses on in-text citations, otherwise sometimes referred to as parenthetical. You know, what you do, when do you use the parentheses, what do you put in the parentheses, those kinds of things. So they're interactive videos. You watch the video and answer the questions while it's in there. All the answers are in the video, so do pay attention. These should be 2 easy 100% for you, hopefully. They're meant as kind of a teaching activity. And so as you engage with these, you're learning and help you get more comfortable and familiar with citations in MLA 8. So those 2 items. Now, just word of warning, you do want to do these on your laptop computer, and you want to click in on the main page. I know some people have had some issues, but that's because they were using either the Moodle app or they were using another app trying to get at it and it wasn't displaying right. So go into the Moodle page like you see me now, and then you're going to click on that item. And again, it's not displaying right now, but I will have that adjusted for you by the time you need to go in and do this. So the third item, source integration forum posting. This is our discussion forum this week. And this one, it has 2 parts, but you need to use the document we provide for both parts. Essentially, you're going to practice the 3 I's, or the quote sandwich, as it's called. And you're going to choose quotes from one of your sources, and you're going to be practicing this. So what you're going to be using is the source integration worksheet. So when you click on this, it's going to download, and then you are going to be opening this. Now, what you're being asked to do is you are going to do 2 of these. So 2 tasks, task 1 and task 2. So it's a same thing for both of them, but 2 different quotes. So essentially what you're going to do is you are going to choose a quote, which means exact wording, from one of your sources that you have and that you plan on using in your essay. And so you're going to write it in the spot. So here's an example. Here's the quote they choose. Now, don't forget, use quotation marks. Here's the quote they chose, right? Excellent. And then, oh, there's that parenthetical, author's last name, page number, parenthetical, period. Okay, that is the correct way to do this particular one because there was no mention of the author in the sentence. So when you are doing in step 1, you are going to choose a quote, direct quote, and you are going to put it here. I am so tired. Obviously, that's not what you're going to be doing. We'll pretend I got it from the book of Shirey and it was on page 27, period at the end, okay? Now, I'm just example because I want to show you that's the interactive tool. You type it right on this document, okay? So I'm just going to erase that. And then the second step, which is going to be here, and we give you an example over here, is you construct a quote sandwich using that quote you selected, and you're going to do the quote sandwich. So make sure you review. This is the 3 I's. Remember the bun. The quote is the meat, right? And you are going to do this. So take a look at this. Here's the introduction, right? Ken Yoshino and his excerpt titled Preface and the New Civil Rights. So remember, when you're introducing, you use the author's full name, the title of the article that you are pulling it from, right? That's all in the introduction part, the first, when you're going, right? And then you kind of summarize, you're talking about what it's about, right? You're giving a little, a little explanation, right? Yoshino believes coverings can be minimized to the true self, blah, blah, blah. And then in this one, if you take a look, they put the parenthetical and it's only the page number. Okay. So the reason is because they used the author's last name within that particular sentence. Okay. So far, so good. Now that's not the actual quote that they chose. They chose this quote, but you can't just plop and drop. What they're doing is they're building to it. And there was another quote that led into this, right? So here we go. He states, I suspect, yada, 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 yada. There's the quote that they chose, right? And in this one, author's last name and page number. Why? Because it said he states. They did not use the author's last name within this sentence, okay? So when you give the author's name within the sentence, you do not need to list it in parenthetical citation. If you only need page number in that case. If you don't use the author's name, then yeah, you need the author's last name and page number in there. Now, if there is no page number, right? Sometimes you have a source with no page numbers, then it's simply the author's last name in parentheses, okay? And then of course, don't forget the final part, which is, okay, how are you tying this in with your paper? How is it linking in with, the point or the evidence that you're trying to give in support of your point, okay? So just as a reminder here, sentence 1 and 2 are the top bun, introduction to the quote, okay? Sentence 3 is the meat. That's the signal phrase telling the reader, here's the quote, and this in-text citation. So there's your parenthetical with your quote. And then 4 and 6 are the bottom bun or interpretation of the quote in relation to your topic or your point. Okay, so you're going to do that for task 1. You're going to do one here and you're going to do another one here. Then you save and post. Okay, so in the forum, you've saved it and now you're going to add new discussion topic and then you are going to post, upload that form, what you have done. The second part of this now is you go into a fellow classmates of whoever's posted and you download their document. So you download their document and they will have this stuff filled out right here in task 1 and in task 2. So your response to what they have up here is going to be a minimum of a 3-sentence response. So I want 3 sentences. The first sentence I want you to suggest, which really means create I want you to create a solid topic sentence for that paragraph for them that they would use in their quote sandwich. And then in the second one, I want you to do the same thing except for task 2. Sorry. It says task 1, but I want task 2. So I apologize, a little typo action there. So you're going to create a topic sentence for the first one for them. You're going to create a topic sentence for the second one for them. That's sentence 1, sentence 2. The third sentence is to point out any errors and give suggestions for improvement in either of their quote sandwiches. Okay, so then you upload this as the reply. So you're going to reply to them. So you're using their form, download, clickety-click, typety-type your response here, and then upload it back up. And make sure those 3 sentences are addressing it. Sentence 1, topic sentence, sentence 2, topic sentence, and then the third sentence is you are just giving suggestions or pointing out errors, okay? And in either of them or both of them. All right. I don't think I need to save that document. Okay. I think that's it. So the response portion, just so you know, you have to do it for 2 of your classmates. So you have to do that twice. So you got to reply to 2 of them. Post once, reply twice. Well, there you go. A little, I don't know. It's not a rhyme. I was going to say a rhyme, but it's not. Okay. So I think that's it for module 12. It's all about MLA and citations. So just a quick, let me talk at you a minute. I talked with Casey Bell. A couple of things I just want to make you aware of. If you are uncertain about MLA and certain about citing, this is just still kind of like out of your comfort zone, or you feel like, oh, I need a little support on this. They have drop-in consultation type thing. It's not a full consultation, but like if you just have questions on citations of, or if you want someone to say, hey, is this how I cite a book, or is this how I cite a whatever, and they'll just do that kind of on the spot. So go to the student services module, I'm sorry, student support service module on our Moodle page and click on the Carol A. Tate link. And then of course, once you do that, they have all kinds of resources there. They have videos and make an appointment, all those kinds of things. But from what I understand, you don't necessarily have to make an appointment for the drop-in portion. The other part is you can just call and they'll talk you through how to do that. But it's kind of like a live Zoom, except they use, I think it's called Discord. It's just a different platform. And you can kind of just pop on and say, hey, can someone help me with this citation? I'm kind of stuck on this part. I don't know where the URL goes, that kind of a thing. And they'll answer that for you. You are also welcome to meet with me. My office hours are posted on Moodle with links, appropriate links each day. I will kind of give you a heads up. Next week is fairly packed for me already. And we have HLC visiting, which is like an accreditation, and I'm locked into meetings most days. As of right now, I still have my office time available. So if you can't make it, then make sure you reach out with an email. We'll try and work in at a different time. But I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And of course, as always, email me with any questions or concerns. So I think that's it. I apologize for the really long video. I do want to end on a happy note, just kind of give you encouragement. Hang in there, stay the course. We're almost done. We're near the finish line. I will be sending withdrawal notices for any students who mathematically will not be able to successfully complete the course at a 73.4 or higher. So if you get that notice, make sure you go talk to an advisor and see what your options are. But otherwise, reach out to me with questions or concerns, and happy writing, happy researching.